Okay, that sounds good. I'm going to minimize this. Okay, my name is Alan Byers, and I'm going to talk about POET. It stands for Pre-OAuth Entity Trust, and it's a way to use a signed JWT to be an endorsement, like a seal of approval. So its main goal is to provide end users with some sort of assurance that this app that they're about to use that may involve personal health information has been vetted by someone, and some organization is vouching for some behavior of that application. It is not specifying what those details are. It's exactly what is being claimed, but it's just a technical mechanism for the endorsement itself. I'm going to talk about POET. That's essentially just a README document that describes how this works. And then I'm going to talk about Poetry, a reference implementation in Python that again demonstrates how this works. So let me briefly go over the POET document that can be found here on github.com/hhsidealab/POET. And you'll see this is the document that describes what a POET JWT looks like and what a JWT is, and where things come from. There's essentially three actors. There's an endorsing body, a group that would endorse an app, and then there's a developer, and then there is a data provider. So in a nutshell, the endorsing body is the organization that gets information from the developer. They generate a JWT, they sign this document, and with a private key, and they put the public key at a well-known URL so that signature can be verified at any time. The developer gets, after the endorsement occurs, the developer gets the JWT, and they can then carry that to data providers. And the endorsing body may hand the developer the JWT, or it could be accessed via some URL. They may publish those as well. And the data provider would be expected to display the information about the presence or absence of these endorsements on the application approval screen in an OAuth 2 flow if you're using OAuth 2. And they can also verify the signature of the endorsement when they do this display. I guess I jumped ahead and didn't explain what a JWT is. It stands for JavaScript Web Token. And so it has three parts: a header, a payload, and a signature. And this is an example header, and this is an example payload, and this is really where the meat of the data is. The most important thing is there is an issuer. It says who issued this cert, and there is an expiration date. It's saying when it was issued, and then there's a signature. And this is kind of the components that make up a JWT, and it really gets encoded down into this long string. So everything you see up here is in here. And so I could copy and paste this into a JOT, or a JWT is also called a JOT, decoder, and read all of this information out. I do not need the public key signature verified to read the contents of the payload. There's two periods in the JWT. So this first part is the header, and then it's the payload, and then the bottom, and then at the very end is the signature. So just trust me, there are two periods in there because there's three parts to the file. The periods are keeping everything separate. This document outlines the fields that are in the payload. They follow RFC 7519 and RFC 7591. It's a OAuth 2 dynamic registration, and this one is for JWT itself. So that's where the field names come from. A recent thread resulted in this. Essentially, when using OAuth 2 dynamic registration and you want to provide JWT's endorsements, those can be that can be done using the POET JWT endorsement field. So there's one additional profile field on top of RFC 7591. Okay, I would stop and ask questions, but since this is being recorded, I'll just keep going. Python Poetry is a reference implementation of what I just described. And so I'll just jump right into an example of that. So let me give an example here. I am signing a JWT. This document payload.json has the contents of the payload. This is a private key that is used for signing, and this is the issuer who is actually issuing the certificate, and this final number is the number of seconds that it should exist. Of course, you typically make that around 2 years. 200 seconds is not very long, but this is just an example, so that we'll set the expiration date. And all right, now it'll work. Oh no. Well, I will have to, I just updated this, guys. So I was just making some changes 30 minutes ago, and it was working, and I've obviously broken something.